Who the fuck is that guy?
I make my own moves, yeah, I'm bossing.
All weak bitches, please proceed to the exit.
Is there no one else? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
We are Not For The Weak.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Not For The Weak podcast. It's your boy James.
It is ya boy Jay.
Big J. Big J Energy.
Big J Energy.
What's up, guys? We are back. It is episode 25. And we're stuck inside right now, and it's warm as shit outside.
It's a beautiful day
in
Southern Oregon.
Before we get too far into it, guys, go to notfortheweek.com. Grab yourself a Big Bench Energy or a Huge Facts shirt.
Or a Hybrid World Tour shirt. Or a
pick up a shirt.
Fuck a deload. Pick a shirt up.
Pick up a shirt.
Pick it up. Pick it up and get
Do
yacked.
it. Do it.
I actually need to pick up a tank top too.
Do it.
I just realized.
Do it. Helps support the helps support the podcast.
Helps you break the
Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah. Also, yeah. Good stuff. Podcast over.
Redo.
That was it. We're done.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah.
Head to notfortheweek.com.
Quick 2-minute podcast, and we're out.
Oh, man.
But yeah. Anyway, what's new with you, dude?
Nothing. Not much, dude. Our sewage pipe that burst has been fixed.
So you
and
can go home now?
Our flooring is being replaced as we speak. So hopefully I can fucking go home. Like Monday.
Cool. Good story.
Yeah, so that'd be great. For those who don't know, we went to get our flooring replaced. Me and my girlfriend, we went to get our flooring replaced in our bathroom because our flooring was a little fuckty-dupty. And as they pulled the floor back, they realized, oh, hey, you have raw sewage underneath your house.
Sick.
And so that sucked. So then when they got to the why that was like that, they realized our main sewage pipe had burst, shattered.
Shit. Taking
literally
too big of dumps, dude.
Too big of dumps, dude.
Those protein dumps just burst the pipes.
It's true. I actually don't really use the bathroom too often at my house because I'm usually out of the house for like a majority.
So Kai's
of the
been
day.
taking some massive dumps.
So Kaya burst our sewage pipes.
Those pregnancy dumps. Just
Prego poop.
just blowing shit up.
Pregnancy poops. Thank God she doesn't listen to these.
Yeah, she'd probably be pissed.
She'd be like, what the fuck?
Why are you guys talking about me pooping?
But yeah, so hopefully I'll be back in my house Monday. In terms of everything else, work's been good. Pretty hard, pretty physical, but it's been good. Diet has been whatever.
Are you losing weight?
I don't know. I haven't weighed myself.
Do you feel like you're losing weight?
I feel like I'm...
Or are you just wasting away?
I feel like
you're
I'm
not eating.
I feel like I'm losing like quality, like muscle, which sucks.
Why do you think you're under eating?
I know I'm under eating.
So why?
I don't know. I need to get some protein powder and just start doing protein powder and rice cakes.
Are you not prepping food?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I don't know. I just haven't been prepping food, dude.
Why
I've been
not?
I've been at Kaya's parents' house for like 3 weeks, and I don't know. Just haven't felt like prepping food. So I'm gonna start soon, hopefully.
You start fucking tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
You're gonna start tomorrow, Jay. You're gonna stop being a punk, and you're gonna start getting back on fucking track.
I just need to prep. I have to prep less now. I get to prep less now because all I have time to eat. When the only time I have time to eat my meals is after my workout and then during lunch.
You don't have time in the morning?
Well, and in the morning, yeah. So morning.
You
So I
don't-
guess that's still 3 meals. So I guess I still have to prep about the same amount of meals. Fuck.
Jesus, dude.
But yeah, but I don't know.
Someone's getting uncomfortable just over here throwing shit around.
But yeah, diet's whatever. I don't know if I'm losing weight. I don't know if I'm getting stronger. I don't know if I don't fucking really know anything that's going on with my body.
Have you been training consistently?
At least like 4 or 5 times a week, like pretty consistently.
Yeah.
My days off have just been weird. Like my rest days have been like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I train.
Taking 3 rest days?
I guess, yeah.
Damn, dude.
And then sometimes Tuesday, not all the time Tuesday. And then I train Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I guess only 4 days. Which is fine. Because that's like all 3 compounds and then like a shoulder or an arm day.
Yeah. Well, are you training for powerlifting right now? Or I thought you were trying to build more bodybuilding.
I'm trying to be more like bodybuilding. But if I'm only going 4 days a week, I spend a little bit more times with biceps on my back days.
Yeah.
And then a little bit more time on tries on chest days. And then usually like I'll just have a shoulder day.
Do you find it hard to, I don't know, now that you're working more, do you find it harder to stay on track?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just mental.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's because work's so hard. I don't think that it's because I work a lot. I don't think that it's because of anything other than just me mentally being weak right now.
Do you think it's not that you don't have the time, it's just that I don't know, it's easier for you to do other things since you're so busy during the day. Yeah. Now that you like, oh, I want this free time, like.
Yeah. Now that like
when you get a little bit of free time, it's way more easy for you to just chill and just be like, I can prep tomorrow, or I can skip out on a couple sets and head home. Yeah, exactly. Like that's like what's weird too is because like before, like when I first started talking about getting this job, I was like, dude, everything's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be a big deal. I'm gonna crush work, gonna crush my meals, gonna crush the gym. And now I'm like, whoa, this is you were like, my job is we're gonna work out every day together. Yeah, and I haven't worked out with you once. My job is like quite a bit harder than I originally was thinking it was going to be on my body. So I'm like finding myself. Do you think that that's partially because you're not eating enough too? And so therefore you're more sore and you're more beat up? I think that it's a mixture of both. I think it's a mixture of I've only been there for 3 weeks. So my body's still adapting to moving in ways that it doesn't move. I'm still learning. So like the department I work for has like 10 different jobs that you could be doing. Right. So I have to be trained in these 10 different jobs. And each job, basically you move in a different type of way and utilize different types of muscles in a way that chances are you probably don't use them. So every time I think I'm adapting to like a certain type of job, then I get switched to another one. And then I'm like, fuck, this one's making my forearms super sore and tight, which is causing my hands to fall asleep. And now I need to wear straps through my whole workout or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. It's just manufacturing jobs are brutal, I think. Yeah. I could see why a lot of people make excuses not to. Well, I think that's important that where you talk about it. I mean, because I feel like a lot of people are in that same boat. They're like, oh, I work really hard and I'm busy, and then like I want to head home and just relax. Like I don't want to have to worry about prepping my food, or I don't want to have to worry about going to the gym and like getting a 2-hour workout in. Like, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of people. So I work with a lot of dudes who really don't care about the gym. Right. They don't fucking care. And that's okay. Yeah. And I asked them like, why don't you go to the gym or something like that? One dude said, I just don't care to. There's no reason for me to go to the gym. Like, I feel like I get a workout here and then I go home, I spend time with my wife or whatever. I'm like, okay, fine. That's cool. Obviously that's not like, this job is your life. Yeah. And like your wife in this job are your life. And that's okay. Cause that's not my life. Like fitness isn't a business for you. Isn't a huge part of your life. Like that's cool. And I can understand that. Right. But for me, like, if I miss, I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I've been having the craziest mental battles like the last 3 weeks, because like now I see why people are like, I'm too tired or I don't have time. And I'm like, fuck, like I find myself like making the same excuses not to prep or not to go to the gym or not to do this or not to do that. And it frustrates me because like I'm so big on not making excuses. And so like I know that I'm making excuses, but at the same time, like my body is like so physically worn down that I'm like, dude, I'm like, as soon as I get out of work, like from Duo, like from my other job, as soon as I get off work, I go home and I go straight to fucking sleep. Yeah. Like I'm like so asleep. And then I wake up, my feet throb, fucking back hurts, my shoulders are sore. Yeah. Fucking biceps are sore. You know what I mean? Well, I think honestly you're at that point that I think a lot of like a lot of people get to, where like they're at that point where it could go either way. Like it could be that point where like you figure out the balance and you figure out a way to make it work, because there is a way to make it work. Like without question, there's a way. There's a way to make it work. Or you go the other way, which I think a lot of like a majority of people end up going, and that's like, I don't have time for this. I don't like it's like I said, it's not a big priority, and they kind of ignore it completely. And then they go maybe 15, 20 years without going to the gym, and then all of a sudden they're like 50 or late 40s, and their health is starting to go to shit, and they start feeling like shit, and their back's going out and their knees are going out. And then they're like, oh, I need to get back into it. And then by then it's like too fucking tough. Like it's mentally too tough for most of the population, you know, to get back into it.
And that's like what's going on is like, I'm like, dude, like I know that mentally I can be mentally strong, and I know that I can do this, and I know that my body will adapt to working, and I know that I am under eating, and I know that I am making excuses. Like I know all these things, right? But it's like just a matter of fucking doing that.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. It's 100%. It's not like you don't know how to eat. It's not like you don't know how to train. It's not like you don't know. Well, you don't know how to stretch, because I never see you stretch.
I don't.
But
I don't. Hey, we stretch at work.
But it's like, you know, all this stuff. It's just literally actually putting it into practice and actually making the conscious effort, because the body is like so adaptable. Like the body, you can do like stupid shit to your body and it will adapt. Like you can run like 200 miles and you probably won't die. Like you feel like shit for a while, but your body will survive it and it will recover. Or you can, you know, drink fucking Coke every fucking day. Like, and your body will, you'll still live. Like,
and literally they use Coke to clean toilets.
Right. Like your body will adapt to it. Like you can do stupid shit to your body. But your body will adapt to a lot of different situations, but that's the thing, is it takes a solid like 2, 3, 4 weeks to adapt to something, and a lot of people don't have the patience. For whatever reason, they don't have the patience to stick with that. Like that first 2, 3 weeks is going to be fucking shitty. Like it's going to be terrible,
hard.
But like I'm talking about like you balancing it. Like if you were to go gym, eating right, you know, spending time with Kaya, sleeping, work, balancing all that, it's going to be like, if you were to balance it all, it's going to be shitty for like a couple weeks. But then eventually your body adapts and it becomes a routine. And it's way easier for you to stick to it than, you know, like it's easy for you right now to an extent, because you can just, you go to work, you go to your second job, you go to the gym for a little bit, go home, hang out with Kaya, watch some Netflix, pass out, repeat. You know, like that's a relatively easy schedule. Like it's not easy in the sense like during the day, like you're working, but like it's easy for you to just fall into that routine.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were to throw in like, oh, I need to spend an hour to prepping food, or I need to spend 30 minutes prepping food, it makes it a little bit more uncomfortable, and it takes a little bit more effort. But eventually your body falls into that routine where it's like, phew, like it's good. Yeah. Like waking up early. Like waking up early sucks ass. Like,
dude, I thought, you know what? I thought that it was gonna suck ass. So you know me, like, I'm like,
you wake up at 1. I remember when I first met you, you woke up at 1, like on a regular basis.
Back in the day, I used to wake up really.
Don't text Jay before noon.
Mooney would text me like 10 times in the morning, and then like my version of the morning, which was like 1 p.m., he'd text me again, like, get your ass to the gym, and then I'd still be like 3 hours late. This time, dude.
But yeah, but like you've since I've known you, you've gradually started to wake up earlier, and now
I get up at 5:30 in the morning,
which is off. I've done that. Yeah. Like when I was personal training, I would wake up at 5:30 every day, and it's one of those things where it's like the first couple times you do it, maybe not that great, but eventually, like it's like I was just talking about, like your body falls into that routine, like every day. Like,
well, dude, I woke up I tried to sleep in today. I ended up sleeping in, but I woke up today at 6:30,
which is like, oh, you slept in for an hour, but like it's still early. Like still early.
I'm like, I could still make it to work if I left it right, like put my clothes on and just left, didn't brush my teeth. Like I could still make it to work. Yeah, and my body was just like,
and you're wired.
Fucking wide awake.
You're wired.
I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, I don't fucking work. Why am I awake?
Yeah.
And then Kaya left because she had work. I didn't work today. And I don't work at Master Brand today. I work at Duo, but and then she left, and then I got the whole bed to myself, and I fucking passed out.
Yeah.
Went back to sleep. I slept till like 9:30.
It's like one of those things where like you could have got up and you could have been like done other things.
But I could have been pretty productive. I probably could have fucking went to the gym this morning.
Yeah, but regardless,
Yeah.
like it's kind of a day off for you. But like your body adapted to it. Like your body wakes up now. That's your natural thing. It's the same thing with like prepping food. It's the same thing with building that gym routine, building a stretching routine. Like you just have to fucking make that effort off the get-go. Like, yeah, it sucks. It's the same thing as dieting. Like right now, I'm dieting. I'm dieting for this show. 12 weeks ago or six-ish weeks ago when I started, I went from not dieting for 4 years, like dieting here and there, but like not actually strict dieting for 4 years. And so that first 2 weeks was fucking rough. Like sugar, all this stuff, I was craving it. Like I wanted it. Like I was miserable. I'm sure you could tell by like just talking to me. I'm still kind of miserable now, but like now it's gotten to the point where it's like, that's just routine. Like I don't stress about it. Like I'm on that routine. My body's adapted to it. It's the same thing with literally everything in your life. Like you just have to take a little bit of effort. And once you find out that like, once you put that little bit of effort in, it's actually way fucking easier than you thought. You know what I mean?
Well, they say it takes 21 days to build a habit. So if you can just put up with shit for 21 days,
but that's
about 21 days.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing
habit.
though. It's like, it's not fun. And it's another thing. Like 21 days in the grand scheme of things is nothing. Like that's nothing. But, living day to day, it's kind of a while. 3 weeks, it's kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if it's not happening tomorrow, I don't know if I necessarily want to stick with it. Or it's like, 21 days, but I can get away with it today, and then I'll get back on track tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. Like you have to commit to something, you have to stick with it. It's like what.
And if that early in the game you're going to be like, I can get away with it today, then you're going to be saying that 21 days from now.
You're fucked already. Like you might as well just honestly quit.
Yeah.
Like because if you're going to continue, if you're going to make excuses on day one, it's not going to happen on day. Like you're going to be like, I'm going to start tomorrow, right? So you start tomorrow. Maybe you get like most of the way through you start that day. You get through that whole day. The day after, day 3, right? Or day 2, technically. Oh man, that looks really good. Like that pie looks really good. I'll just have a slice, and then I'll get back on track tomorrow again, right? Like, or I've eaten really good all week. I can give myself a little bit of a cheat meal. And
that's
then
why I
fall
used
off
to do that
completely.
all the time, yeah.
But that's the thing is like when I was coaching people, I wouldn't give them cheat meals for like the first 3 weeks because of that very reason. If you're a week in and you already need a cheat meal, it's not good for you. It's not good for your mental, because you're going to taste that shit and you're going to be like, oh man, I miss this. Whereas if you can make it those first 3 weeks, then maybe you get a cheat meal. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're cheating already, like it's one of those things where it's like, you're going to have, you're making it way tougher on yourself. But it's literally, people make things out to be way more complicated than they really are. Like in the grand scheme of things, life is not that complicated.
Yeah, and you really just have to fucking do it, right?
Yeah. No, it's bless you.
Thank you.
I actually just made a YouTube video about this.
Oh, really?
By the time you're listening to this, it's probably actually out. But it's talking about like motivation versus like discipline. Like everyone always talks about like how do you stay so disciplined? Like I get that a lot, and it makes me happy to an extent because it makes me feel like people actually recognize what I put in, but it also makes me a little upset because it's like I don't know. I don't view it as like motivated. Like there are days I wake up and I'm not motivated to go to the gym, or I'm not motivated to eat fucking fish and rice, and or I'm not motivated to get up and go to work and do shit. Like, it's not like, I feel like motivation's complete bullshit. Like, it comes and goes. Like, there's no way to be motivated 24/7.
Well, I've heard you talk about that before, and I've seen your tweets about like motivation and how you shouldn't really live your day based off of how motivated you are.
No, because if you're literally expecting to be motivated 24/7, like there's no way. Even the most motivated and disciplined, even the most motivated people in the world, like The Rock, Gary Vee, I guarantee you they wake up on days and they're like, fuck this, I don't want to do this, or man, I just want to go relax and hang out with my family, watch some Netflix and just fucking chill.
Yeah, people who work like The Rock, he wakes up 5 o'clock in the morning every morning, works out, then shoots a movie or does whatever. Like, he's constantly doing stuff. You can guarantee there are times where he doesn't want to do one of those things.
There are times The Rock wakes up on set and he's got to get up at like 4 and go crush a 2-hour workout and, and not eat donuts and not eat pizza. And I guarantee you he's just like, fuck this. I want to go back to sleep, have sex with my wife, and fucking just watch some Netflix.
Is he married?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty sure he's married. He has a kid with this chick, so I think he's married. Maybe it might be his girlfriend. Anyway, he wants to go have sex with his model girlfriend and just watch Netflix, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He gets up, and he fucking puts the work in. He goes to set. He does his workout. He follows his diet, and he grinds. And it's not because he's necessarily motivated to do it. It's because he's disciplined to it. He has fucking goals. He has things he set in stone and things that he wants to accomplish. And that's bigger. That's the grand scheme of things. That's bigger than Netflix. That's bigger than, comfort.
Well, and that's like a super big thing in like the world and with like every single person is like nobody lives for, a majority of people don't live for like the grand scheme of things. They don't live for that end result. They live for that now result.
The instant gratification.
Like that Netflix, instead of like working, that's that, I want to watch The Office, right?
Yeah.
I love this right now. This makes me super happy, but it doesn't make you any more rich.
Yeah.
You're not making money from watching The Office. Maybe some people are, but you're not, right?
Right.
You're wasting time.
Oh,
and
100%.
Like, my job right now, they have like a big thing on like waste, which is like anything that isn't of like value or like productive.
So
it's
like
not productive.
Scrolling Instagram while you're at work.
Yeah. So any time you're standing around, anytime you're not doing something that's adding value to like the company or adding value to your job, it's considered waste. So they come up with like all these things that you can do all the fucking time where you don't to like eliminate standing around and eliminate playing on your phone or eliminate this or eliminate that. So that way you're working. So it's not like I'm fucking lollygagging for 8 hours. It's like, no, I'm working for 8 fucking hours.
It's that's good. It makes sense.
But you can apply that to like life. You should apply that to life.
You should. Right? Like
I don't, but I should.
You need to set aside, and people confuse that. You do need to set aside a little bit of time for like me time or relationship time or like relaxation time.
Well, that's just like work though. So you have your 10s and you have your 30.
Yeah, and you have 10 minutes. Do whatever the fuck you want to do with it. Make yourself relax and chill, but then get back to fucking work. Right?
Obviously, in life, it's your 10s and your 30s. It's the 10s and 30s of life are
maybe it's an hour and 3 hours.
One
or like one show
or something, or a movie or something.
Exactly. I don't know. It's like along that like the lines of like the instant gratification. It's like we live in like this motivation culture. Like if you go on social media, like everybody's on there like fuck yeah, like let's crush this. Like you see all these little like motivational videos and like entrepreneurs and like get like make 6 figures tomorrow, like blah blah blah, like do like this type of shit and blah blah, like you can crush it, like follow these steps, like, and everyone's always watching that shit. And Gary Vee actually talks about this and he makes a huge point about it. It's like, stop fucking watching those videos. Like you can watch all the fucking motivational videos you want, but unless you're actually fucking putting in the work, or if you're unless you're actually putting that stuff into practice, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, and it goes back to, it's like when people talk about, oh, dude, how do you stay motivated so much? It's like, I'm not staying motivated. Like, I'm not motivated. Like, yesterday I woke up, or yesterday I went to the gym. I wasn't motivated. Didn't want to go. Actually, really didn't want to go. I wanted to take a nap. I wanted to take a rest day.
Like, I wanted
to
sleep.
Like, you mentioned it yourself. Like, dude, you all right? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I just didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Right? But I set a goal for myself. I set something that I want to accomplish. I'm doing a show in 6 weeks. I want to look good on stage. If I don't do the fucking work, I'm not going to look good on stage. So I have the discipline to know that I have shit I have to do. All right? I have a whole list of things I need to accomplish in a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. I have a bunch of shit I need to accomplish. Nobody's going to do that stuff except for me. All right? So I'm checking that shit off. I'm checking each one of those things off. I'm not necessarily motivated every day to do that, but I know I have to do it. All right. And that's the difference. Like, people think, oh, I need to be motivated to do this. No, you don't. If you're not motivated to do that, like if you don't feel the need to accomplish this, you don't really fucking want it. Like, if you don't feel the need to put in the work to accomplish something that you quote unquote call a goal, like, let's say I want to make $1 million. Like, I want to drive a fucking Bugatti, right? Okay, cool. You want to drive a Bugatti. What are you going to do to get there? Okay. Well, I want to start my own business. All right. Well, what are you doing to start your own business? Like, dude, there's so much shit out there. There's so much information out there to start your own business, to make moves. The internet makes things so much easier now. Everyone's connected. Like, you could easily start your own business tomorrow. Like, you don't need another reason or another week to pass. You're literally just stalling. I don't know though, dude. Like, you know, it's like excuses. You don't really fucking want that Bugatti. You're just telling yourself, I want that Bugatti. You're telling yourself you want to start your own business. You don't actually fucking want to, because if you actually wanted to, you would start it tomorrow regardless, right? You wouldn't wait for quote unquote motivation. You don't need to watch a Gary Vee video and be like, I'm going to start my business tomorrow, because it's not going to sustain itself. It's not going to last.
Well, and it's like, why tomorrow?
Well, it's not
like right there. Oh, dude, this Gary Vee video makes me so motivated. I'm definitely going to do some shit tomorrow. Why you must not be that motivated?
Yeah,
it's probably like 10 in the morning. You're watching this.
Well, the problem with motivation is it fades. It fades, and if you don't have another reason for why you want to do something besides that like getting fired up from a Andy Frisella or Gary Vee video, it's not going to last, because you're going to experience a tough time. You're going to experience a day where it sucks, and you're just going to give up.
Well, yeah, and you know what? And I think a lot of the time it's like, people think that motivation is drive, but it's not. Like, being driven and being motivated are so fucking different.
They're completely different.
So fucking different. I would consider you to be a driven individual, right? Like, everything that you do comes from like a place of drive. Like, you're driven to do good at your show, you're driven to do this, you're driven to do that. So because of that, right, you're always on go, regardless of what needs to happen, you make it happen because you're driven. And
I would say that you're like that too. It's you got a lot of different things going on. You're a little bit younger than me, so it's like, it's a different, like, you have a lot more obstacles up front right now that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
You know? Plus, I wouldn't hang out with you if you didn't have that inside you. Like,
well, thanks, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate it.
So don't just blow me up. But I understand. I get what you're saying though. Like,
but yeah. So like, people are like, how do you stay so motivated? Because you're a very, very hard worker. But it's like going back to like what we're saying. Like, it's not motivation necessarily. It's really drive, and like, what drives you. It's what drives you in life, not what motivates you in life, right? Because anything could motivate me. This fucking Dutch Bros motivated me to get out of bed, right?
Yeah. But
it tastes great. Sugar free, by the way.
It's not going to last, though.
It's not going to. I'm almost done with it.
Yeah.
Right. It was a motivating factor to get up, because I knew I wanted to go get this. Right. But like I said, like anything, like, this is a motivating factor. Really? No. What drives you? Yeah. What drives you is what's gonna give you success, not what motivates you. Yeah, you know.
Exactly. It's like,
not that. Not that motivation is bad or anything, because
no, motivation it has its purpose. There are times where it's like, oh, I'm having like for example, I got to do cardio, right? I don't want to do cardio. I have a goal though. I'm going to do the cardio regardless. But I could throw on a hype song, and that'll motivate me to do better in my cardio, to enjoy it a little bit more. You know what I mean? To maybe pick up the pace a tad, right? It's a tool. Motivation is a tool. Drive is what's actually inside, right?
It's literally like
it's like a dumbbell.
It's like a dumbbell, but it's also like literally driving, right? Like if you're excited to go somewhere, you'll put up with the red lights, you'll put up with stop signs, you'll put up with wherever because you're fucking excited to get to the place you want to go. If you're not excited, you're like, fuck this, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't even care when I get there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll stop at fucking Sonic's on my way too. Fuck it, right? It's the same type of thing, like motivation that kind of goes hand in hand, like just like driving a car to somewhere you want to be, like without motivation, it's going to be harder to drive there, but with motivation, it's not as hard.
No, it's I don't know. It's like I said, I think it's too much nowadays. People confuse the two, and they're really kind of independent of each other. Like you can be a super motivated person, but maybe not necessarily accomplish shit. You know?
Oh, for sure. Or you could motivate a ton of people, but not actually do anything.
Yeah,
which kind of makes you a fucking phony, really.
No, 100%. But
not to be a dick to anyone. If you're out there motivating people but not doing what you're preaching,
it's just
maybe start doing that. You know.
And that's a part of it too. Is it's we're in that motivation culture where everyone's looking for somebody to motivate them. So it's become a business. It's like, you want to be a 6-figure coach, do this, blah blah blah. It's like, follow my steps, buy my ebook. It's like,
you want to be a quote unquote influencer.
Yeah, you want to be an influencer. You know, the biggest influencers I know are the ones that are fucking killing it. Like Gary Vee, he's crushing it. No pun intended, because that's the name of his book. But Andy Frisella, crushing it, destroying it. You know, these big time influencers, Bradley Martin, crushing it. You know, C.T. Fletcher, crushing it. Like all these they're actually doing the shit that they're talking about. They're not just out there like, hey, follow my steps. Like,
well, and you know what I just realized, dude, is like none of those people ever actually considered themselves to be influencers. They they're just doing their shit. Called influencers by others around them, right?
They didn't proclaim themselves.
Yeah, so they became an influencer because that's the title that they were given from the people around them, right?
Because they're actually influencing.
Yeah, because they're influencing others. So people are like, wow, you're influencing me. And then this dude's like, that same dude influences me. Like this dude's like a big influencer in my life, right? Yeah. But it's the people who like consider themselves to be influencers. Like if you consider yourself to be an influencer, you're probably not actually an influencer.
No.
Right? Who else thinks you're an influencer?
Yeah.
No one? Okay. Then you're not one.
You're not really influencing.
You're not influencing anybody then, right?
And this is not to drag down anybody, like we were saying, like motivational posts and shit. Like I love that shit. Yeah. Like I try to follow motivational people.
Sometimes I post motivational shit for my fucking self.
I love that shit. Like I'll watch a Gary Vee video, I'll watch an Andy Frisella video, I'll watch, any number of people. Brendan Myers, like my boy Brendan, he posts motivational shit all the fucking time. And I love it. Like, because I appreciate it. But it's watching one of their videos is not going to affect whether or not I do something. Mm-hmm. I'm still going to fucking do it. It's just maybe going to elevate my mood a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe now you'll do it in a better mood than 10 minutes ago.
I think that's the trap, is people look at motivational shit online and they think that that's going to affect them actually following through with something. Mm-hmm. Like just because I watched a video doesn't mean that my life is going to change. You either want it to change or you don't. The video doesn't. The video is just a tool. You either have it inside of you where you're going to change it and you're going to accomplish that, or you're just going to, it's too easy for that motivation to wane. Mm-hmm. Like it's too easy for you to be like making steps and then some struggle or some obstacle pops up, and then you're like, fuck it, I'm over it. Because you don't have the drive inside of you to accomplish it and to persevere that rough time.
You started with motivation, but no actual drive. So now that you're out of it, you're like, I guess you gave it a shot.
They're independent of each other, but they're also tied together. Like you need to have some motivation, obviously, but the drive is really what it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. I totally.
If you're never motivated, but you're quote unquote driven, like. If you're always miserable, I would think that like, even though you're getting the job done, and I think that's some people. That's like some guys that are unhappy with their job. They hate their job, but they go every day. You know what I mean? Like those types of people. You need to have a little bit like some. That's a red flag. Like you need to change something, right? Because you need to enjoy it, and I think that's a big part of it too. The drive is. You have to really actually want to do what you're doing. Like you actually really have to want to accomplish something or that goal. Because then that makes it, that feeds the motivation a little bit. You know what I mean? You'll get some motivation out of that, but you can't just rely on motivation to get you there.
So if you're listening to this, don't rely on motivation to get you somewhere.
No, hopefully it helps you. Hopefully it helps you.
Hopefully it actually motivates you.
Well, hopefully it opens your eyes because it's like you don't need to be motivated 24/7.
You don't.
No.
Like Mooney was saying.
It's okay to not be motivated.
Dude, fuck, I'm not fucking the last like 3 weeks my workouts have been strictly through like I haven't been like, man, can't wait to train today. I've been
just
like
getting it done.
I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking exhausted. I want to go fucking home, but I need to work out because if I slack today, then I'm going to slack tomorrow. And I plan on staying at this job for a while. So what am I going to just slack for that whole time because my job's hard? Fuck that. Yeah. Right? My diet's been whack. My sleeping's been whack. My job's been whack. But one thing that hasn't been whack is my training has been pretty fucking consistent. And I'm actually pretty proud of myself because I thought like the biggest excuse that I always come up with is reasons not to train, but I've been like mentally pushing myself to the point where I'm just going. I'm there. I'm gonna go. I have to do this. This is it.
Now you just have to make the final step and get the diet back.
Exactly. Yeah. Just mentally become stronger. So, and everyone should want to be mentally strong too, not just. I feel like I'm talking to a crowd. Yeah. Everyone should want to be mentally strong, not just physically.
But yeah, and it's okay. It's okay to have periods of time where you feel like that, where like I think it's all right. It's all right to feel like that sometimes. You know, it's normal.
It is, yeah. Mental battles, things like that. Every day, man. They fucking happen. Yeah. But get over them. Be stronger than that.
Exactly. Let's go.
Okay, let's do some questions.
Yeah, let's do some fan questions.
It's getting late.
All right, I got one. This is a prep question.
Okay.
One sauce for the rest of your life, ketchup or mustard? So you can only use one sauce for the rest of your life.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup or mustard.
Let me tell you something. Mustard is zero everything. Ketchup is not so mustard. There you go. If you're dieting,
taste-wise though.
If you're dieting though, you can't have ketchup.
If I was
so now you're out of sauce completely. And in the business you're in,
I guess it depends. Yeah, it depends. It depends how the quality of that life that you want to live. Like, do you want to be shredded all the time, or do you want to have a little bit of
fun and maybe add a couple of grams of carbs per tablespoon?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I love ketchup. Ketchup on a burger.
So I am actually a huge mustard fan. I always have been. So I fucking love mustard. So I'm mustard all day.
Ketchup for the rest of my life. On some Burger King crispy ass fries, dude. Some red Robin fries with ketchup. Ooh.
See, I'm more of a ranch or campfire sauce kind of guy.
Ooh, yeah. But see, yeah. Fuck. I'd probably go mustard too because there's more variety in mustard.
You got jalapeno mustard. You got
that Cuban mustard that I'm always hyping up, and I need to stop hyping shit up on here or on my Instagram because every time I hype something up, I go to Walmart and I can't fucking find it because somebody's buying up that shit. Like I was saying the other day,
someone's watching Mooney stories and going and buying.
I was like, the Cuban mustard is fucking fire, and I went in the other day and there was none, and I was like, what the? There's always Cuban mustard.
Apparently,
so the next time, like I went 2 days ago, And I went, and there were like 7 of them, and I was like, all of them. I took them all because I was like, somebody out there is fucking stealing my hype.
Yeah. Someone's watching my stories, and they're robbing me of my pleasures.
And then it happened again because that same day I grabbed all that mustard. I went, and the night before I'd hyped up the cherry vanilla sparkling water.
Ooh, I need to get some of those sparkling hot waters.
It's a new flavor. Hyped it up. I was all excited. I'm gonna grab some mustard. I'm gonna grab some of the sparkling water. Cherry vanilla, gone completely. Somebody, either the universe is fucking with me or somebody on my story is just like, oh, Mooney endorsed this? All of it.
Oh, every single one.
But yeah, I'd probably go with mustard because there's more variety. You can get a spicy mustard. You could get a dill mustard.
Mustard for me, too.
And it's universal. You can put it on anything. Ketchup, you can't necessarily put on everything. You can put ketchup on a majority of things.
Ketchup and... Yeah, you can put ketchup on a lot of shit.
But mustard, like...
Mustard's good with, like, every...
Actually, that's a lie. Ketchup you can put on pretty much everything.
Ketchup tastes pretty good with yams. I don't know if you've ever had ketchup with yams.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, I'd probably go with mustard.
So mustard, whoever asked that question.
Yeah.
Team mustard.
Team mustard.
I got a question.
You got a question? Go ahead.
How do I begin my own podcast as sick as NFTW, a.k.a. not for the fucking week? Without the fucking...
It's actually really easy to start a podcast. I feel like everyone has a podcast.
Yeah, everyone and their mothers have podcasts these days. So honestly, dude,
and you know what?
Google it.
I was actually about to say, in less of a dick way, I was actually going to say, if you really want to start a podcast, it's super simple. There's a bunch of different YouTube videos, Google articles, like us telling you how to do it. It's too easy. If you really want to start something, Google it.
Now, will it be as sick as our podcast?
Possibly.
I don't know, dude.
If you start a podcast, we'll be guests on it.
Yes. If you start your own podcast, we'll be
But
guests.
it's actually super simple. Like, you just need a mic, a computer with some software. There's a bunch of free softwares out there, like Audacity, a bunch of different softwares. And then as far as hosting it, there's a bunch of different hosting things. Just Google a good host. And then you just have to submit it to iTunes, Spotify. And usually if you have a good hosting thing, they'll submit it to Spotify and all those other places automatically.
And
but yeah, you just need a mic,
a mouth,
a recorder, a mouth.
If you don't have a mouth, you probably be hard.
Yeah,
you could do
if you were
podcast sign language on
but
YouTube.
then it's not a podcast really, unless you have like an interpreter.
True.
But then you still need a mouth because you need someone else with a mouth. But yeah, it's easy to start a podcast. Google that shit, and if you start it, we'll be guests.
Yes.
Deal. I got a good one here. Who wins in a fight, Rob Bailey or Bradley Martin?
Rob Bailey.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a tough one because I like both of them. They're both super fucking nice people. I would hate to see them fight.
I mean, I'd be bummed.
But side note, it would be a massively. It'd be big. It would go viral as shit on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Rob Bailey punches
It'd actually
Bradley
be a
Martin.
pretty good fight because they're about the same size. Rob's probably actually maybe 10, 15 pounds heavier.
Yeah. I think Brad's a bigger dude. I think
Brad is probably more athletic. No offense to Rob. I think Brad is probably a little bit more athletic. But I feel like Rob's got like that deep anger. Like,
well,
Rob's got some demons down inside,
yeah.
And I feel like if he were to get in a fight, he would
hustle, work, kill, dude.
work, hustle, kill.
Work, hustle, kill.
I feel like if you started a fight with Rob, he would like flip a switch in his head and go to this dark place, and he would just kill you.
He's like, there's no work, there's no hustle, there's just kill. I'm on kill mode right now.
Dude, I just always think back to like when I first started following Rob back in like 2011, and he was like 295 with like a mohawk, just a spiked up mohawk, and he was like
single arm pressing 120.
Yeah, he was doing like shoulder presses with Dana spotting him. He's pressing like the 150s for reps and just crazy faces, and yeah,
he's cool.
No, I think, no offense to Brad, but I think Rob wins that fight.
Yeah,
it'd be a good fight though.
Yeah, sorry, Brad.
Yeah,
but yeah.
That's
a good question.
That's a solid question. People want answers.
The people want to see.
Okay. You got a good one?
No, I got one just for me. Just
Okay.
says, why haven't you been as active on social media recently? I just said,
Well, he just answered that pretty much. You've just been busy.
yeah, I just been really busy.
You're adapting your life to
Yeah.
new challenges.
Yeah. So, yeah. By the time you hear this, hopefully I'll have like 2 more posts up. So,
I got one. How important is gym etiquette?
dude, who fucking asked that question?
Hair flip.
Hair flip. You've listened to every single episode. You remember the episode where we talked for 45 minutes about gym etiquette.
Gym etiquette is huge, dude.
If you don't have gym etiquette, oh, fuck you, dude.
And
Well,
like
always sounds
Duo's
so
pretty
harsh.
good about it. Duo's got some pretty good members.
Almost every single member at Duo has pretty solid gym etiquette.
There
except
are those
for like maybe 5.
There
10.
are those people. What I like is if I have my headphones in, people don't like tell me to take my headphones off so they can talk to me. It's like understood, and I think some of that has to do with the fact that like maybe some of those people listen to the podcast and then know that we don't like being talked to when our headphones are in.
Well, too, that specific gym, Duo, is like you go there, you put in work.
Yeah.
So anyone who's there is typically training with a purpose and is pretty serious about the gym and just knows the signs already.
There are some fucking things that just bug me though, just gym etiquette wise, like just unnecessary grunting.
A little bit of the props.
Yeah. And wiping down equipment. It's not a huge thing, but I feel like, and it's one of those things where it's like sometimes you get in the zone, you just forget, but it's like
if you're a very, very sweaty person and you're like aware of that, wipe down your equipment. You don't really sweat too much and you forget, not a huge deal. I wipe down equipment, but if you fucking sweat a lot, and I hop on the incline to take the 120s for a ride, and I'm fucking sticking to the seat, because of your gluey ass back sweat, I'm gonna find you.
I would think that you'd be sliding off the seat. You wouldn't necessarily be sticking to it.
Maybe a little bit of hair gel,
a little hair
gel sweat, hair gel sweat mixed with a little back sweat. Oh.
Back sweat and hair gel sweat.
Make for some nice, good old packing tape glue.
You're stuck.
I deal with a lot of that. So.
What do you think the 2 worst gym etiquette things there are?
Like that people don't do?
That people don't.
Probably talking, like taking up, probably rudely interrupting you in the middle of your set to ask you something fucking stupid. Yeah. Like there's like a lot, there's been a lot of times where I'm like leg pressing and one time I was leg pressing and this dude was like, "What do you leg press for?" I'm like, what the fuck do you mean, dude? I'm literally in the middle of my
you were
reps.
pressing while
I was pressing and he comes over and starts talking to me and I'm like working out with Kaya.
Yeah.
I'm literally fucking working out right now. Like,
wait till I'm done.
In the middle of a set.
Yeah.
What if I was struggling and I looked up
and you let that crush you?
And it crushed me.
That's part of the game, bro.
Let me tell you something. If I get crushed in front of my girlfriend's crushing you, dude. So
she got some anger inside of her. She'll fuck you up.
She'll fuck you up. But yeah, that's probably the worst thing. Like just not being able to read, or maybe the second thing is like if you're having a shitty lift, you're down on yourself. Say you failed on a bench.
Yeah.
You should have got it. You didn't get it. And then someone starts talking to you about how they think you could have done better when you're very obviously not in the mood and you're also 10 times stronger than them.
Yeah.
Maybe shut the fuck up and
read the scenario.
Read it. Read the body language. Read the scenario. I'm upset. Please leave me alone. Let me be upset for like 10 minutes. And then, go ahead and talk to me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just don't even bring it up.
Yeah, don't even talk about it.
You know what I mean? Because like,
maybe come knuckle butt me. That's cool.
It's one of those things where it's like an Instagram comment. Sometimes you don't need to leave a comment. Sometimes it doesn't require your opinion.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The world will continue to move.
I had that happen to me when I was squatting. I was doing like SSB squats, and you know how hard SSB squats are for me. Everything was feeling good, and then all of a sudden it wasn't very quick.
Yeah.
And I was upset, and this dude was like, maybe you should have done this or you shouldn't have done that. And I'm thinking in my head, I squat very much more than you. I'm pretty smart when it comes to powerlifting.
Yeah.
I know why I didn't get it. It's because I'm not strong enough.
Go kick rocks.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Oh man.
And then they stood there and watched me while I squatted.
Of course they did.
Try and squat like this. Dude, I can squat just fine. Thanks. Let's see if I can make this. I'm not going to throw it.
Don't do that because that's going to make...
I'll miss.
Let's see. Finish this sentence. The world would be a better place if we didn't have blank.
Pussies.
Snowflakes. Lazy fucking people.
Sacks of human shit.
Planet Fitness.
The world would be a better place, dude. The only judgment-free place that judges everybody who walks in.
Vegans. Just kidding.
He's like,
just kidding.
Amy, if you're listening to this, we love you. Don't kill us.
Judgy people who think they know everything.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's the thing. And when I said vegans, I was talking about I was joking, and I was more so talking about the people that like judge everyone who's not a vegan.
Yeah. Well, it's like anybody who's anything, and they push that on other people. It's like, well, shut up, dude.
I was listening to a Rogan episode the other day, and he had I think he had Lane Norton and Dom D'Agostino on, and they were talking about how cliquey all diets have become. Like if you if you like you're someone who's like paleo or vegan or carnivore or like there's a whole nother or keto. That's a big one too. These people have replaced religion with their diet. So now it's like that's their ideology and that's who they base their entire self around. If you don't follow that, they judge you. Like,
it's weird.
Hey, I'm keto. Keto is the end all be all. Oh, you're not keto? The fuck is wrong with you?
You're not keto? You should be.
Or, you're not vegan? You don't fucking like animals?
I'm like, I eat them, dude. I love them in my belly.
Or carnivore, like, oh, I can't believe you'd have carbs. Like, carnivore's the way to go. You'll feel so much better, blah, blah, blah. It's like
red meat.
All these things have become such, they've replaced religion in a sense because people identify with it and they identify with other people who also follow those ideologies. Mm-hmm. And it becomes almost like a cult. It's like CrossFit back in the early 2000s. Like, it became a cult. Like, people automatically just associated with it, and that became who they were as a person. Like, oh, I'm a CrossFitter.
Well, it's like anything.
It's like, no, you're a fucking person. You do CrossFit. You do a lot of different things.
It's just what happens when like a bunch of closed-minded people come together, and then they start to make everyone else closed-minded.
Well, it's okay to follow something.
Absolutely.
You need to follow something, but you also need to be open-minded and accepting and willing to look at other options and seeing that maybe other options are better for someone else. Mm-hmm. Like maybe somebody can't necessarily be as successful as you on keto, whether or not like their biology or their genetics are different or their goals are different. Mm-hmm. Like it's not necessarily the end all be all.
And it's like Amy, like she's a vegan. Like we have a friend who's vegan and she's super cool. She doesn't push that on anyone. Like,
no, and that's how it needs to be.
And like she's like super aware that a majority of her friends eat like meat and that's just what they do, right?
Yeah.
Eat chicken and beef or whatever, and she doesn't care. That's
she posts about like why she's a vegan and whatnot, and it's she puts out like information about it, mm-hmm. but she's not like, oh, you eat meat, you're a terrible person. Like it's like when I was doing the vertical diet like last year, like I didn't tell somebody, oh, you're doing that, like. That's a shitty diet. Like you should follow the fucking vertical. Like how come you're not following the vertical? Like it's one thing to help spread information. It's another to condemn somebody because they're not following your way of life. And I think that goes to everything. That goes to religion. That goes to politics. It goes to like just in general. Like if people were more accepting of ideas that weren't their own, mm-hmm. the world would be a much better place.
Absolutely.
Boom. Mic drop.
So what was the question?
The world would be a better place.
Yeah, the world would be a better place without closed-minded people.
Boom.
Chapow.
That's a solid one.
Ka-chow.
That's the answer of a lifetime right there.
The answer from the gods.
There's a bunch of good ones here. Let's do one more.
Okay.
Would you rather have big biceps or big calves?
How small are my calves? If I decide that I wanted big biceps,
20-inch arms, 22-inch arms, or 22-inch arms with 14-inch calves,
22-inch arms with 14-inch calves,
or 14-inch arms with 22-inch calves.
I already decided. 14-inch calf. That's like as big as my right calf, so I can deal with that.
That's how it is right now.
Yeah, I already have one, and my calf's that way.
I would say big arms, big biceps, no doubt, hands down, because that's what long pants are for.
That's true.
That's what joggers. That's why they invented joggers.
Literally, they're like, you know what? People with 22-inch arms with small calves. Let's go ahead and make.
We need to make something that makes
them
them look good and is fashionable. And I'll put it to you this way:
small calves of America, dude.
Even if you wear tight joggers and you have small calves, nobody really can tell. But if you have small arms and you wear like a long sleeve shirt, you can still tell.
Yeah, you can be like, that dude
doesn't
never
curl.
Trains buys. He does not even curl in the skull.
That dude couldn't crush anybody's skull because he has no arms.
And that's the whole goal behind having big arms, is so you can crush skulls.
Look like you could crush somebody's skull. Exactly. But
big arms, small calves.
I have small calves already. Well, I don't even really have that small calves. I think the biggest issue is like some people just have no definition in their calves. Like I don't really have very much. Like I have decent sized calves, but I don't really have definition, and I don't have good insertions. Mm-hmm. So like I have like long calves. Like some people have those short like sprinter calves that are like high up on their lower leg, and it's like it looks like sticks out more. You know what I mean? Because you can see it. I don't know. But fuck yeah, big arms,
big
all
arms,
day, all day, every day.
You know what they say? Big arms, big dick. That's what they say.
Is that? I think it's the other way. I think most people say big arms, big small dick.
Oh, I've heard it's big arms.
Because people always make a jokes about steroids, right? So if you have big arms, you got a small dick, or you're compensating. Which I say, fuck you.
If you have big arms and big calves
and a big dick,
then
you got it all, dude. You're living your best life.
Small triceps.
Who cares about? Ooh, see, small triceps.
I think small triceps and big
small triceps is worse.
I'd rather have big triceps and small biceps, or big biceps and small triceps.
Big triceps all day.
No, I agree.
Triceps take up way more of your arm.
Like 3/4 of your arm.
If you have big triceps, you can have small biceps and still have big arms.
And when you hold things, your arms look massive.
Yeah.
Every time I hold a piece of wood.
You don't need a big bicep. You just need a decent peak. Peak checking.
Yeah, if you have good bicep insertions, your biceps could be small and they'll still look big.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
But big triceps, that's what makes your arm look juicy.
Yeah. So remember, do your dips and do your tries.
Boom.
Do your dips.
Just build up some arms.
Get big arms. Train arms every day.
Every day.
Arms day.
Shouts out to Bradley Martin for that.
Shout out to BM Fit.
Although I can't do arms every day because that shit gets tiring.
I don't know how people do arms every day. Shout out to CT for being the actual OG of arms every day.
His are like curls every day.
Yeah.
Strict curls. Grow, motherfucker.
I command you to grow. Okay.
All right. Well, that was a good one. Yeah, so big arms all day. Over everything. Ooh, big arms and small shoulders, or big shoulders and small arms.
Ooh. How small are we talking, though?
Noticeably small. Fuck. Like somebody's going to look at you and be like, ooh, he doesn't train shoulders.
I don't know. I might do the big shoulders, man.
I think so, too.
I might go big shoulders.
Wide shoulders cover a lot. But then imagine if you had really tiny arms. Like, let's say your forearm right now is the size of your arm, and then your shoulder was the size of your fucking biceps.
Yeah, but at least like it would look like you're wearing football pads. But imagine looking like you inject like synthol into your biceps.
Oh yeah, like that one dude that one like Indian dude.
Yeah, that dude sucks.
He has like massive biceps and triceps and tiny shoulders.
Yeah, he just curls like 5 pounds.
Well, as somebody who has small shoulders compared to my arms, I'm gonna go big arms, small shoulders.
I guess my shoulders are small compared to my arms, so I don't know.
I don't have the rounded shoulders, so I'm basically gonna say they're
Your
small.
shoulders are more round than mine.
I have wide shoulders. They're wide. They're not 3D.
They will be.
They will be. Anyway, that's the episode. It's time for me to eat because I'm gonna go kill somebody.
I'm fucking hungry. I need to head to my house and feed the dog, and that's it. And then come to the gym and train.
Good. Gonna get training, and then you're gonna prep later or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you don't, the people will tweet you and Instagram you, and for sure don't put your mouth on that.
I'm the only one who touches this mic.
But yeah, if you don't prep your food today or tomorrow, I'm gonna have people blow you up on social media.
Okay, if you blow me up on social, well, so this, yeah, they'll hear this. They'll hear this Monday.
Well, I'm gonna let people know when this drops if you did or did not prep. Anyway, make sure you guys follow the podcast. Okay, that's annoying. Not for the Week PC on Instagram and Twitter. And then follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And go to notfortheweek.com. Grab yourself a shirt. Help support the podcast. Go tell a friend. What else? Tell 2 friends.
Tell the world.
Tell 3 friends.
Put it on the news.
Make more friends and then tell them.
Open up to your new friends about how great this podcast is.
And tag us if you're listening to the podcast, because that's always cool to see on the stories, and we'll repost them.
I'll always repost them.
I will always.
And say that I love you.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
Okay. Have fun today, guys.
Yeah.
Happy Monday when you hear this.
Let's kick ass this week.
Kick all the ass.
Kick all the ass. Eat all the nuts.
Eat
this week's nuts.
Eat the nuts. Kick the ass. Eat this week's fucking nuts, you guys.
All right. Stay savage, my friends. Peace.